Hello everyone, welcome back to Simulated Heaven, and we're in Euro Truck Simulator 2. I've recently got back into TruckersMP, so I'm on the ProMods server right now. So let's click drive. I think I already started. It says it is connecting. Oh, the connection is established. So I believe I've already, yeah, there you go. I believe I've already, oh, why are my wipers on? Right, so let's get going. I've already set the GPS to the location that has the goods that I would like. I'm going to do a short trip. I'm in the UK. I think I'm in Hull right now. As you can see, I'm using head tracking, so that I can easily, I mean, obviously when I'm playing this game, if you want to play it as realistically as possible, it's so helpful having head tracking on. And let's head over and pick up this load, and then I can't remember where we're off to, but oh, I think we're going to Newport. Hull over to Newport. I have been on some one-to-one maps recently, and it would be nice if someone in the future was to make a one-to-one map of the UK, or areas of the UK at least. That would be awesome. Obviously, this map, even it's a ProMods map, is not one-to-one. But yeah, I recently, along with Simulator Adventures, I tried a bit of TruckersMP by accident. So we were using the regular convoy mode, but it wasn't working very well, so we decided we would try TruckersMP. And although you can't use mods apart from some of the client-side mods, we really enjoyed the idea of seeing other players, and it was a really fun experience. So then I thought, why not try the ProMods server to see how that is? Because obviously I would like to be in a modded map. I find that the regular map is okay, but it isn't that exciting really. Where's the Newport one? Hull to Amsterdam. So the Newport one is not here anymore. That's fine. Hull to Plymouth. Okay, let's do Hull to Plymouth instead. Might be slightly longer. Okay. So yeah, I thought, why not try the ProMods version of TruckersMP, because it's okay in the vanilla map, but if it is at all possible for the immersion, I kind of like driving the modded maps like ProMods and like Grand Utopia and things like that. I just find that it adds more immersion because they're a bit more realistic. Anyway, so I was on this server, this ProMods server, for a couple of hours yesterday. And the thing is, I was on the server for about 1.5 hours, something like that, and I didn't see a single other player. I'm indicating a bit early. I'm just going to check my load is on. Oh, look at that. It is. Nice. I didn't see a single other player in 1.5 hours, even though there's around 400 to 500 players on this map. But because it's such a large map, the ProMods map is quite a bit bigger, right, than the regular map. Whoops, it went on the curb a little bit there. Whoopsie, already. That's a great start, wouldn't you say? So yeah, it'll be interesting seeing during this journey if I see other players, because if I don't see other players, then I might as well just play it in convoy mode, and then I can add more mods and stuff like that. Like I was saying earlier, when you play on the TruckersMP servers, oh, that's a great start. I clipped a barrier. Welcome to Simulated Heaven, the world of pro driving, whether it be a bus or a lorry, a truck. Great start there. Anyway, yeah, so I will be interested to see if I see any other players on this journey. If not, like I said, I'll probably just go back to convoy mode, adding more of the mods alongside, because on the TruckersMP you can't use modded trucks or any server-side mods. You can only use client-side mods, which isn't really a lot of mods. So let's see how it goes. And let's try not to crash into any curbs again, although I can't really guarantee anything, unfortunately. So I recently changed my head tracking. I have been using a Tobii eye tracker. The thing that was annoying is I have a curved monitor, so attaching the Tobii eye tracker onto the curved monitor was incredibly hard, and I didn't really want to ruin the monitor by like gluing it on it or anything like that. So I ended up having to come up with my own solution for holding the Tobii eye tracker in place. But then the other day I realised that I could be actually using my webcam for head tracking using Open Track, I think it's called, if I remember rightly. I've used Open Track in the past for Farm Simulator, for using head tracking of the Tobii eye tracker in Farm Simulator. So then I was like, oh yeah, why is it taken me such a long time to work out that I could use my webcam for head tracking, and then I won't have the hassle of having to find somewhere to mount my Tobii eye tracker. However, I have played around with the settings a little bit on the webcam head tracking, and it's pretty good, but I still see it's kind of a little bit unstable, so I need to carry on tweaking some of the settings so it's not so sensitive. It's okay, it's not like a million miles away, but it's just a little bit unstable. And I suppose if I can't really get it 100% smooth, then I'll have to go back to the Tobii eye tracker. Here we are, going over this big bridge. Yeah. We are trucking. So I think another reason why I would go back to the convoy mode or playing this map offline if I don't see any other players that much is because when you take off the AI, right, so obviously I believe TruckersMP doesn't use any AI. It basically has taken off the AI, so if you don't see a lot of other player trucks, then as you can see the roads are a little bit empty. So I think from this journey, if I don't see anyone again, maybe I will go back to using either single player or the convoy mode where I can have AI vehicles, and then obviously TruckersMP then will be limited to the regular vanilla maps, or servers I should say. Although we had the opposite issue when I was on TruckersMP with Simulator Adventures. We had the opposite issue that certain areas of the map were literally full of people. Literally full chock-a-block of people. I think I'm coming off here. I need to pay attention. Something I don't usually seem to do very well when I'm talking. Hang on. I thought I was turning. I'm actually going the wrong way. Aren't I? I think I'm going around this way. No? Okay. I thought that was a roundabout. Wow. That's great. Okay, we're going right. Actually, I don't even think I need to indicate. Wow. That was a mess. Again. Welcome to simulated heaven, where everything is a mess right now. Deary me. That was a mess. By the way, have I got my headlights on? Because they usually say that you need your headlights on or they will kick you. Oh yeah. Oh, there you go. Yeah, so my headlights are on. So, on any of the TruckersMP server, they force you to have your headlights on. If you turn the headlights off, it will tell you that if you don't turn your headlights on, you will get kicked. I assume that you have to have your headlights on so that other players, they can see you or something like that. Yeah, anyway. But yeah, I mean, the other server, the vanilla server, was the opposite. It had loads of people. So when we were in like the Calais, or we were headed to Calais, and there were areas where there was a massive traffic jam with what felt like literally hundreds of trucks. Now the issue with that is then the frame rate absolutely tanked down to like 15 or 20 FPS. At one point it was literally like a slideshow, and it made it pretty much impossible for you to play. So obviously I don't want that to happen, but I kind of want something in the middle where you see other players, right? I kind of want to see other players, but I don't want it to be so crazy that the FPS is really low and there's massive traffic jams. So if this server doesn't work out, if it's, well, I mean, it's insane if you think there's like 400, well, I think when I joined the server this time there were 444 other drivers online, but the map is so large it seems like it's not easy for you to see them around, right? Which is crazy. So yeah, if this server doesn't work out, I may have to go back to the vanilla TruckersMP server, but just make sure that I stay away from those areas that get really super busy. Because I really like the idea of being in this game and being around other players, being able to see other players. I have gotten used to using the convoy mode in the game. I used to use TruckersMP back in the day because when it first came out, it was literally the only way that you could play this game online. So I used to use it a lot. But as soon as the convoy mode was out, I switched over to that, and that's what I've used ever since. And yes, that mode is great because you can play with your friends, you can add a load of mods. The only thing is, it's a little bit annoying that you have to have the exact same DLC and mods as the person hosting the convoy, and it can get really annoying if your profile doesn't exactly match up, you know. Am I in the right lane? It's not on my GPS. It's not asking me to change lane. I think I'm okay. I think. Yeah, I think I am. Let's slow down. I'm going too fast. Yeah, I think we're turning off here. Where did I say that we were going? Newport? No, it changed to Plymouth. Oh, Plymouth. They recently lost their football manager, Wayne Rooney, right? He got sacked. Oh, I'm on the wrong side of the road. I keep forgetting I'm in the UK, right? Is this a... No, I don't think this is a dual carriageway. I think I just saw a sign saying it's not a dual carriageway. But yeah, Wayne Rooney is no more the manager of Plymouth. He kind of started out okay, didn't he? At the start of the season, he had some pretty okay results. But then, since then, it's been pretty much downhill. So yeah, we're off to Plymouth. I suppose another option is to try some of the other TruckersMP servers. They do have other servers that also use the vanilla map, you see, because the vanilla map that they use, I don't think they use any of the DLC as far as I know. So it's like the very, very base vanilla map. So it's rather small if you compare with like the ProMods map, or like if you add in all of the DLC into the game, obviously then the size of the map will get considerably more, right? So maybe, because I think, well, they had a Christmas themed server, but it only had like, I think it had somewhere between 30 to 50 drivers on it. So I would imagine if you were on there, it might be like this, where you don't see anyone else when you're doing journeys. But maybe if I can find they have another server that, you know, has 100 or a few hundred people, because I think a few hundred people on the vanilla map, you would definitely start to bump into other players. And like I said earlier, failing that, I will just have to use their, you know, the main server and avoid the areas that get crazy busy. I mean, it's kind of a shame that this ProMods server that you don't see anyone, because if this had worked out, my serious idea was, you know, that this would be my main use of this game online, right? That I would be, you know, that whenever I want to play multiplayer on ETS2, that I would use this particular server, because I really like this map. But yeah, unfortunately, even with 444 players on the server, it still feels a bit like a ghost town, right? So we still have a fair way to go though, so we'll see. However, if I get all the way there, all the way down to Plymouth, and I don't see anyone, then I think that's pretty much a write-off for this server. I suppose though I could find out maybe that there are areas of this server, that are really busy, and I can maybe find out where that is, and maybe I can try and do jobs more in that area. Maybe there's a lot of people that don't drive in England or in the UK on this server, something like that. We'll see. I don't know. Right, so it looks like we're turning off here. is going to be smooth as smooth. The smoothest you've ever seen in your life. I don't need to indicate because I'm already in this lane, right? Take it nice and steady, he says. It's kind of amazing how far this game has come. I can remember playing the original Euro Truck Simulator and playing UK Truck Simulator, which was like a spin-off version of the first version of this game. And at that point, I had no idea that this series of games was going to take off in the way it has. I mean, it's insane, isn't it? How many people are playing this game these days. It's like one of the more popular games on Steam. It must be one of the most popular simulator games on Steam. So yeah, it's really come a long way. And it kind of makes me wonder if they're going to bring out ETS2 or if they're just going to carry on with the model of adding a lot of DLC to the current version of the game. I think they will stick with ETS2 for a long time, and they will just keep bringing out more DLC. Although it makes me wonder how much further that they can go, because they must have already mapped out a lot of Europe already. I believe they were thinking, or at one point they were going to also bring out Russia, but the political situation kind of stopped them from doing that. But yeah, I think they will probably just carry on with ETS2 for quite a while, because it's a bit like what I've said many times on my channel about Train Simulator. That game, they bring out loads of DLC, but then every year they will bring out a new version of the game. Sorry about that. Just had to clear my throat. But yeah, they bring out a new version of the game. Oh, it's asking me to go in the left lane now. Switching lanes all over the spot. Yeah, like with the Train Simulator, they will bring out a new version every year, and even though they will update a lot of the DLC, it's not all of it. And I mean, for me personally, it feels a bit annoying that you have a game with lots of DLC and then it gets updated onto another version, and you kind of feel like a lot of the DLC that you own is not valid anymore or out of date. I don't know. I just would rather they follow this ETS2 model of sticking with the same version of the game for a longer time and bringing out a lot of DLC is okay, but not bringing out a new version of the game every year. I mean, if they want to do that, say every 2 years, fair enough, but every single year it gets a bit old. And with the Train Simulator, I think it's asking me to go over here, I think. With the Train Simulator, the problem is Yes, they update every year, but they don't really change that much in the game, really. It's doing it again. It's asking me to go left again now. I don't know. Weird. So, yeah. I don't really see that ETS or ATS will ever go down that route, but there is a possibility they might bring out ETS2 at some point. But I think if they were to do that, it's a fair few years away, and it would hopefully be quite an upgrade, because that's the other thing with ETS2. The engine they are using, they're basically at the limit of the graphical engine they're using, which they've been using a long time. So at some point they're going to have to update the engine or upgrade the engine, do something so that they can improve the graphics. Although, having said that, for a simulator game, this game still has pretty good graphics. I mean, there's a lot of simulator games out there still that don't have very good graphics. This is kind of still probably one of the better simulator games in terms of graphics. But anyway, we'll see what happens. I still haven't seen a single player. We've been going for quite a while now. Not one player. And then it's almost like a ghost town, isn't it? How many miles to Plymouth? We're going to Plymouth, right? Does it say anything about Plymouth? No, it doesn't. Well, I can see on my GPS 163 miles, it says, which obviously in this game won't take that long. I think it was about a 400-mile trip, I think, something like that. I think I'm okay for petrol and everything like that. We can make it all the way there. I had to buy a used truck because the profile I was using, and that's another thing that kind of annoys me with ETS and ATS. Every time you make a new profile, you have to redo all of the controls and the buttons. I thought what I could do is find the Steam profile in the documents folder for this game, and I thought I could then just simply copy and paste one of the controls file from one profile onto another. But the problem is, when I went into there, all of the profiles from this game are represented by a series of numbers, and I don't know how to work out which profile is which. So that means that unfortunately I'm not able to copy the controls file across. So that means every time you start a new profile, you have to redo the controls. And I tried to do the same controls for every profile, but of course I can't always remember all of the controls exactly. So what that means is, from profile to profile, some of the controls might be slightly different, and then it gets really confusing. Because, I mean, obviously I have to start a profile for every modded map. Excuse me, for every modded map that I want to drive on, I have to have a new profile, because it's very annoying, and it can actually break the save game when you are playing a game with loads of mods and then you reload it without the mods or with a modded map, and you take off the modded map. Of course, you could just use one profile and activate and deactivate the mods and the maps. But yeah, number one, it's annoying and it takes a long time. Number two, at some point it will probably break your save game, so that's why most people usually have a separate profile for each of the different setups for the game, right? So yeah, anyway, so it is annoying when you are making a lot of profiles that you have to redo the controls every time. So there are like quality of life things like that that I really wish that they were to update in these games. Right, we're only 85 miles away. And again, I haven't seen a single player this whole journey so far. What a shame. If any of you guys are playing on this ProMods server, maybe you can let me know your experience, because like I said earlier, I don't really want to play on a ProMods server if I don't ever see anyone else on the server. It's basically like I'm driving in a ghost town, which is not ideal, right? So then, like I said earlier, I would go back to either playing single player or playing in a convoy mode where you can have AI. It's a shame because, yeah, I really like the idea of like a ProMods map server, like a TruckersMP server using ProMods. Look at that sky. Isn't that sky beautiful? Yeah, it seemed like a really good, you know, I was really interested in the idea, right? So it's kind of a shame that so far it hasn't really worked out. It's like a ghost town. Hey ho, am I still in the wrong? No, I'm not. I'm going to Plymouth, so I'm in the right lane. Yeah. The motorway, the empty motorway at night. It feels like a ghost town. It feels like a zombie apocalypse more than anything, and I'm probably going too fast for this corner. Whoops. Maybe I will try the Christmas server before it gets taken down. I think all it is just a winter server, I think. I think they've just taken the vanilla map and added a lot of winter stuff, but yeah, I might try that out. But I'm just happy that I have remembered TruckersMP, because I haven't really used it for ages, and I'd honestly completely forgotten about it. Because I was so used to just, anytime I wanted to play this game online, I just only thought of the convoy mode, right? So I'm happy that I've remembered about TruckersMP, and there are still like thousands of people on their servers every day, right? So it isn't as if the service has died out, because it offers like a slightly different experience to the convoy mode. The setup is a lot easier than the convoy mode, and you get to see random players when you are driving about. Obviously when you're in a convoy, you only see the other players that are in your convoy. "15 miles, won't be long now." I'm speeding as usual. Everything about this map is just so awesome, man. They've done a really great job of making it feel authentically like the UK. Right, where am I going? I think I'm going right. Yes. I'm not going down there anyway. Am I going down there? Was I supposed to go down there? Yes, I was supposed to go down there. Welcome to Simulated Heaven, where I literally mess up everything. Plymouth, win Plymouth. Unfortunately, we won't be bumping into Wayne Mooney. I think, yeah, I have to go off here anyway, so there you go. We're going to stop at the red lights, even though there's no one on this server, or there's no one I can see in this area. I'm still going to follow the rules. Apart from the speed limit, we're not going to follow the speed limit. But yeah, you know, I love this ProMods map. It just feels so immersive, right? It's great. Although I also really like the Grand Utopia map. That's also awesome. I think we should be in the left lane, maybe. I like that because it's like one to one, and it's it feels a bit more realistic when you're driving realistic distances, you know. Right. We're nearly there. A little bit of a detour, sorry about that. Yeah, so it's ending, and I haven't seen a single player. Well, and apart from slightly going the wrong way, and apart from crashing the trailer a little bit at the start of this journey, I've actually driven not too bad for me. I'm not going to do the hard parking. I need to really take the time to practice the hard parking in single player, because frankly, years ago when I used to play this game a lot years ago, I did get in the habit of practicing the parking, and I think I got pretty okay at it. But unfortunately, oh my goodness, it's over there. But unfortunately, I've not been practicing recently. I can't really see behind me very well. Is there anything behind me? Oh, a porter cabin thing. Can't really see very well, but I think we're okay. Let's double check. Think we're good. Yeah, we got loads. We're fine. Kind of want to go as far back as I can, because then hopefully it will be easy for me to pull. Okay, if we pull as far left as we can without crashing, we should be good. Oh no, this is good. I'm not even sure I'm going to be able to get it green from this point. I might have to go a bit forward and reverse again. No? Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty impossible. Let's hope it has enough space to... Hang on. Nope, that's a mess, isn't it? Still. Wow. Can't see if there's anything. Oh look, perfect timing. I was about to crash into a fence. Wow. I can't even do the simple one. I can't even do the simple one. I'm that bad at parking. I can't even do the simple one, because I think even now it's not going to work. Nope. Right, hang on. We are going to do this. I'm not going to give up. That would be bad to give up, wouldn't it? Let's straighten it up. Like so. Okay, we're going to get it this time. Oh! It kind of allowed it to go green there, but... There you go. See, we didn't give up. Nice. Yeah, I need to practice my parking. Let's just say that. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next one.